Hello everyone, welcome. This is my third part of Gnome Sweet Gnome by Teresa Goodridge. This is our full book buddy color, and this is the page we are doing for November. So I'm going to kind of just play around. I don't really have a plan, but I wanted to get a third part up. I don't have a whole lot left, so I think that this will be probably the last part. I should be able to wrap it up mostly, minus some little details here and there. So let's get started. I think I'm going to start with my herb garden, and I'm going to bring in some green. And that way I can bring a few more colors in here. So I'm going to pull a dark green, and this is a Prismacolor Scholar, so just be aware that if you're using Prismacolor Premier, this is just a touch lighter. And then lime peel, and we'll go from there and see. So I'm going to turn this just a little. Actually, I'll try to keep it like that so you can see. But everywhere she's kind of put in those lines, I'm going to hide them with some dark green. And I'm actually not going to go down quite that far just yet. So I'm going to do the bottom here dark. And then I'm going to do under here dark so it creates a shadow look. This is hard to do without turning the page. Okay, then I'm going to take that lime peel. I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap. I'm going to take a little bit of white. And then it's a little more noticeable right there than it is up on the top. So I will just go back over with my lime peel, so that way I still get a little bit of a highlight, but it's not like super standoutish. Okay, I'm going to come back with that Prismacolor, I can't even talk, Prismacolor dark green, and then I'm just going to slowly, circular motions, blend it in a rough pattern to my other colors. So I am just adding a little bit of texture wherever I want. I'm not really following any lines per se. I just want to get rid of any harshness. And I am doing it a little darker there because I plan on going over the herb garden letters with a white gel pen or a chalk marker to give it like a painted homemade effect. And so the little bit darker of green I have on there, the easier the white will be able to see. I might also do yellow. My desk is a mess. I got some new supplies today I've been playing with, so I've got things everywhere. And this is just an actual dark green by Prismacolor, and you will be able to see the difference as I put it down. But this is just for my very dark areas here. So my very edges, under that lip right there, around the hat, the bottom part, and then where she has the black lines coming out right there. Again, I'm just going to add a little streak here and there to give it a little life. Again, I wanted a little bit green so my letters show up good. And there is my herb garden. Okay, so I quickly took a yellow chalk marker, and it does look a little rough right now. I will touch it up with pencil, but I need it to dry. I took just a chalk marker. This is a good old Chocola. I have had these forever. I also have these White Wiesbrand Ultra Color Premium Chalk Markers. I love them both. My only warning to you is when you use them and when you're starting them to do it on a separate paper, because you will get a giant puddle. But I do like to do them like on quick accents for flowers and things. But I will come back once it's completely dry, and it's not completely dry. You can tell by the way my pencil is not working. But once it's completely dry, I will come back like you see here and just kind of touch it up a little. It is a thick tip, so it was kind of harder to do the smaller sections, but your pencil will scrape it off perfectly. So whatever, you know, you decide, however thick you want your letters and stuff. You just kind of go in and fix it. You can also do it with a paintbrush. Well, my H is getting a little wild here because it was still wet when I tried to do it. Just rub your paintbrush on the chalk marker and you can paint it on that way. I like doing it like this because it does kind of give it a homemade touch, and being she has a little gnome with her, I feel like it would be a nice homemade looking project. So for my counters back here, this was kind of the part I was struggling with, just because I kind of wanted them brown for like a nice brown and gold feel, but I didn't want a big blotch of brown taking over the page. So I think what I'm going to do is a reddish brown, and I have all kinds of pencils mixed up here. So this is burnt ochre, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around these drawers. And I apologize that I can't talk tonight. It's a little late, but I was catching up on some projects, so I decided I would get this one done. But apparently my brain has already went to bed. Also, I have seen lots of fabulous pages, lots of fabulous color combinations and different takes on the little gnomes here. I am super excited for that. If you have tagged me on Instagram and I have not responded, for some reason the Instagram tag is being so weird. Like, I think I can see 2 people on there. But like one of my friends, I clicked her tag under her picture because I was like, well, maybe hers isn't showing because it's a spelling error. I'm not catching. And it took me to the hashtag and the 2 other pictures that are showing on my end. I don't know if they are visible to everyone or not. This is sepia, by the way. Burnt ochre and sepia. But anyway, and her picture still wasn't showing. So I'm not sure if that's a problem for everybody or other people can see it and it's just on my end. I know she can't see her own as well, but if you have tagged me, I have tried to comment and let you know that I have seen it and that I appreciate you joining in. But if I haven't, it's not on purpose. It is totally some kind of glitch with the hashtags on Instagram, and I'm not sure how to figure those out yet. Okay, I'm going to grab goldenrod, and I'm going to do the actual drawers themselves a little bit lighter colored. So I'm going to color these parts themselves lighter, and of course I will come back and I will shade all this and add some details and all that good stuff, but also going to add some gold touches. And I know everyone's probably tired of my gold accents, but I feel like this is a super cute page just to add a little bit of gold. Maybe here on the ring, the knobs, probably this bowl a little bit, and maybe one other place, we'll see. But that is my plan for those. Also thinking of doing her hair more this curtain blonde color, not necessarily the brown, but the blondish color, so that way she doesn't blend in with the table or the cabinets behind her. So I'm just kind of base layering, getting an idea of what I want here. And I'm also going to put this goldenrod up here. Now I am going to add more brown up here because I do not want my curtain and my countertop to look the same. But I do kind of want to get an idea of how things are looking. And I do that by base layering. I'm going to take that burnt ochre. I'm not going to color his hat like I did. And I took my erasers earlier because my son was playing with them, and now I don't know where I set them. 1 second. Okay, sorry about the wiggle. I have a desk set up, or an office-like area set up in the corner of my living room. So my children come over and talk to me. And they touch everything and they play with things while they're talking to me, and then I lose things and I don't know where they are, and it drives me crazy. But anyway. The only thing I did off camera, because I've spaced out what I was doing, is I pulled my nose colors to color them on camera and then got sidetracked and did it off camera without even like realizing what I was doing. So that is Nectar with a little bit of like a U shape at the bottom, Peach in that same U shape, and then Light Peach or Deco Peach or Light Pink, depending on if you're going for a like a sunburnt nose or a peachy nose or what have you. Yeah, I got to color in and I was like halfway through and I was like, oh, I'm supposed to be doing this on camera. Okay, I'm going to bring this burnt ochre up here so that this is not the only section that has this reddish touch to it. This will also go nicely with my green because they are opposites. You know what I mean? On the color wheel. Also putting in the rest of my lines here. And I'm going to try my best not to go too dark because, again, I'm trying to go for a light, warm image. I don't want a whole lot of dark brown anywhere on here. So then I'm going to blend that out with goldenrod. Now, if you want a wooden look, you will add your own wooden lines and it will give you a very nice wood looking counter cabinets, what have you. Sorry if my hand is in the way. I'm trying to best do this without like turning the page every which direction here. So now that I got those sections in, I can kind of see what I got going on, what I like and what I don't. I am going to sharpen my sepia, and this is personal preference. I shouldn't have put my washi tape on yet, but I did. So I'm going to get rid of that white line right next to the washi tape, but I'm also just going to add a couple streaks down. No random order, no specific design. Give us the little appearance of wood. If you don't want the wood look, you don't have to do that, but for those of you that are interested, that's my cheat sheet on adding wood. Works great on lots of things. Okay. While I have this sepia, I'm also going to come up here and just around my curtain, I'm going to darken it so that my curtain stands out from everything here. Same on this side with the curtain. And then I'm going to make sure I just got a couple of these streaks a little darker than the others. And also fill in the inside of this little square, because when I get done with that section, that will help create a shadow effect like that is sitting inward. And then to bring in that burnt ochre color one more time, I'm going to do my rolling pin in it. So again, I'm going to go over the lines that she has put in. And if you wanted to do a pink one or a yellow one or what have you, you can. But just sticking with the warm feel here. Goldenrod. My pencil is small, so it looks like I am pressing hard, but I am not. Now notice that it kind of looks like the same as our table, so I don't have it blended all the way. We are going to come in with a dark brown or a chocolate if you have one. And I am just going to add, and again, I'm going to kind of make a couple of my own lines. Go down the side here. Okay, I'm going to blend that out and make it just a little more of the burnt ochre color. I think my daughter, I don't know if it was schools or just this Walmart or what, but my daughter like totally is ready to skip Thanksgiving. We were walking through Walmart the other day and she realized that Halloween is over. Like the Christmas trees are up, the decorations are out. And she's like, I get to pick out my chocolate calendar now, right? Like we do the little advent calendars, the little chocolate ones. And she's totally like ready to count down. She's like, I get to do one now, right? And I was like, no, you got a whole nother month. She almost had me convinced that she could do one for Thanksgiving and one for Christmas. But sorry about bumping that. I'm trying to get that. So there is my rolling pin. We got our garden in up there. We're building our counter in the back. Let's quickly do some hair. So I'm going to pull cream. I'm sorry if I wiggle away. I get adjusted here. I'm going to pull cream, that goldenrod, but we're not going to use a lot of it because, again, we don't want to lose her in our counters and our table. You can also do red hair if you want. You could get wild pink, purple, anything like that, but I'm going to go with a nice blonde. So I'm going to keep that dark brown out as well. I'm going to pull yellow ochre. And then I think I might go jasmine as well, because I think I'm going to go more blondish than brown. I'm going to pause that for 1 sec so you don't have to hear me dig. Alright, so starting with her hair. First things first, I'm going to take my little sharpener. I really need to get like a little cup or a little dish because I can sharpen this right on my desk. Which is fine when it's just me coloring, but it's kind of messy when I'm trying to do it on video, but that's okay. We do that. Okay, so I'm going to start with the yellow ochre. This is not going to be my dark, and then I break a tip. Wasn't even pressing hard that time. Sometimes I'm like, oh, that was me. That was totally me pressing too hard. That one was not me. I didn't even get started. Someone asked me if I feel like the quality of Prismacolors have changed. I haven't had a whole lot of problems. I think I did get a couple that were like split once, but they actually sharpened and colored fine. Like they didn't split all the way. I've had a couple that were a little more prone to breaking than others, but I've also had like an Arteza that was really bad and a Castle Art. So I personally haven't had a lot of like complaints or issues or anything with Prismacolor, but that isn't to say that there's not. So I don't know on that one. I also bought all of mine a couple Christmases ago. When they were $80, I stocked up on like 2 or 3 sets that I haven't gone through yet. So I'm just now like needing to reorder as well. So maybe the set I get this year from Santa will be a little different. But for the most part, I am still happy. Okay, this is Jasmine. Leaving white still. Just kind of following the hairline she's put in, but leaving a little highlight. Okay, cream is going to be my highlight color. You can go in and put your dark in first and then highlight with the cream if you want. Totally up to you. I'm going to put my highlight in first because, again, I'm trying to keep her a little more blonde so her hair stands out. Don't want her to look exactly like the curtains, but I'm going to darken. Really want to make sure that the parts that are braided have a nice that would be my luck. Say I don't have any problems with a whole lot of problems with Prismacolor anyway, and then have a pencil that keeps breaking on me. And then I got a little wild with my yellow right there. Now you can take your next darkest color, whether you're going to do dark brown, goldenrod. I'm going to actually grab light umber. And I'm going to just darken up a couple areas. And this won't take away and give it a brown look. It'll still look very much blonde. But we'll still get one step more dimension in her hair here. I'm gonna kind of make sure, and again, I can blend this back out with the cream and it will lighten it even more and give a nice shadowy look. So if I get it all on and then I decide I don't like how that looks, we can fix it. But really want her hair to not blend in with anything else on the page here. And I kind of, that one looks like it got left out a little. I don't like the way that looks. There we go. So there is my little blonde gnome. I'm going to pull a pink gel pen. I'm using this one. This is a good old Dollar Tree gel pen, and they sell these around Christmas time. Super sparkly. The dots on my curtains I'm going to do in this pink gel pen. I'm not going to do them all right now because I will smear them, but that is going to be the look of my curtain. I'm also going to color this bow in with goldenrod. Just kind of putting this wherever my shadows feel like they would be. Okay, that yellow ochre again. And I am coloring right over the checkered because I'm going to use gel pen. So it's going to go right over the top. No problem. So I'm not going to sit and try to avoid that a whole lot. I am going to try to keep this bow a little darker than everything else. I'm doing a very limited palette on this page. So when my bow is nice and blended and I'm happy with how it looks, my counter is not done, by the way. I'm just kind of filling in a little bit of everything, so I don't have to do a part 4 just for a couple little things. Okay, and then I will come in with this gel pen, and they work fantastic over the top of pencils. If you press too hard, you might have to clean the wax off the tip every once in a while if they start getting skippy, but gel pens for the price are pretty good. Okay, so that is going to be how my bow looks when it's all done. So my curtains will have pink, my bow will have gel pen. Let's see, let's quickly put some gold on this bowl. If you've been with me a while, you will know what's coming. If not, welcome. Actually, you know what? We're going to switch it up. We're going to use a Jelly Roll Metallic. And this is just a good old gold. And I'm going to go ahead and do all the dots on my bowl. I don't know why I like pink and gold together so much. I think maybe a little bit nostalgia. When we did my daughter's first birthday party, we did pink and golds. But I do like this combination together. And again, if you got any pencil in your circles here, this gold goes right over and hides it. So if you're like me and you get a little bit of the shakes, works great. Nobody will ever know. On my light, give me 1 second. Okay, sorry if that flickering was. I think it's also about time for a new light. One more little circle here. I'm also going to do this down the side of my wire rack here. I was going to do silver, but I think the gold will stand out enough. I'm not going to do each of the individual wires. I'm going to do the little ring here. I'm going to do the knob on here. And this is where I start smearing things over here. And then I will fill the inside of that in with brown. And then I'm going to do a little dot up here just so my gold carries throughout the page and it's not just at the bottom half. Okay. So quickly, I'm going to put these away because I just realized how many of them were laying on my desk. These are not used. My daughter just got a hold of them and opened them and didn't shut them. and they spill everywhere, and now I have like a bunch of random ones running around everywhere. Okay, so for my guy, I think I'm going to go ahead and do blue, and I'm going to try to avoid too much blending in with the sugar jar, but we might have a little bit. I'm going to use that cloud blue, and my cloud blue is tiny, and I pulled a bigger one just for this adventure, and now I don't know where I put it, along with everything else. Oh, right there. So I am going to shade him in this light blue. Now the Kiss the Cook on the hat really wants to be red, but I think I am going to go yellow for the stripes and the letters, just because I don't have any red on my page, and I feel like if I had just one spot of red, it would really make it stand out and draw attention to it. Don't want the focus of the page to be his little hat. So again, be careful because this is one of the softer colors that will smear the ink in this book. You can kind of see where I got the bottom of those letters and it's smeared a little bit. Then I'm going to take a true blue. A non-photo blue works too if you want a nice soft look. This is hard to do on camera, so I'm going to show you the basics and then I will blend it off camera. But with my tiny pencil and trying to keep my hand out of the way, it's a little tricky. So I am putting some around the nose so it looks like his nose is given a little bit of a shadow. Again, around this top part right here, very lightly, nothing too harsh anywhere. I might do that bell in gold too, brings that gold up a little higher as well. Okay, and then I'm not going to go all the way up the hat because the highest point is the highlight, so we're going to do it up just light enough that it slowly fades into the rest of the hat. Now I have a little gap here that I'm not sure if it's supposed to be her face or her clothes or what have you. So I haven't decided with that, but I will probably do it probably a peach. So look, because it kind of looks like it should be her face, because that's where his is right under his nose. So okay, and we will blend that out. Blend it over here. Right, so I will blend that out some more and play with it, but he's going to be my blue gnome, she's going to be my pink gnome. I probably will do light blue and light pink gloves, some yellow batter. My cookies I will probably stick with some pink, yellows, and blues. Finish my greens up here. we are about done. These, I think I'm going to go ahead and do pink though, just to kind of even out my pink a little bit. But I don't have my pinks out right this minute, so I'm going to use dark pink in the bottom of them so they look deep. And then I'm going to do my cookie as well. So I'm going to do it darker on the edges. Didn't think I'd get this far, so I didn't pull all my colors. Use this on the cookies. And I smeared the eyes a little bit, but I am going to probably paint them white anyway, so I'm not going to worry. And then I'm going to take a goldenrod and I'm going to go around. And it's going to blend for a second, but we're going to fix it. I'm going to add just a touch. I don't want them to look burnt. All right. So I think I'm going to do these in gel pen as well. And then I will fill them in on the inside with yellow and goldenrod. Yellow ochre and goldenrod. Sorry. Just trying to talk and concentrate at the same time. And then I'm going to pull a canary yellow, which is not that. Maybe. And I'm going to sharpen it because this pencil has a real bad habit of having like blue and green pigment in it. And then I will kind of touch this up and darken it and make it not as bright, but still fun, I guess you could say. If you are doing this, be aware if you got yellow or blue on your letters when you were coloring your hat, blue and yellow will make a greenish tone. So like right there, I'm going to erase that out so I don't accidentally get some green. And then the spoon I forgot to do, I will probably do it the same as the rolling pin so they look like a matching set. But the rest is just really up to playing with it and finishing up in your color palette. So I thank everyone for joining it in again. To all of you who've tagged me and shown me your pages on Instagram, they are looking great. If I have not commented on yours and you have not tagged like at Ashley's Coloring Journey, you can try that. Hopefully that will help me see everybody's pages. I will post December's a little bit before the 1st so everyone has time to prep, and then the first video will go up on December 1st. Questions, comments, anything like that, let me know, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.